happen in the field, and you got. We are going to change out the chain. So we're going to put a new Husky X-Cut chain on here, 20-inch. I couldn't find the full skip, so we're going to swap this chain out right here for this X-Cut. I'm told this is a proprietary design here. Cuts 10% better, sharpness lasts, and pre-stretched. So that's good. Okay. Very good, very good. I'm here for it. All right, all right. I think we got the 13. All right, we're gonna swap this chain out, and we're gonna change the tension on this chain here. There's two things we got going on. Anybody in the chat yet? Let's see. I appreciate anybody tuning in. Yeah, we got a decent one today. We're gonna cut some logs up. All right, and I'm gonna try to keep an eye on the chat here. It's a little bit delayed. It's maybe about 20-30 second delayed, but you put the comment in the chat, hopefully I get to you. All right, so I'm gonna keep that right there. Keep an eye on the chat. And we are changing out. We're gonna put a brand new chain on here on this Husqvarna 455 Rancher. Just got this on Saturday, so not even a week old. I got maybe like 1.5 uses out of it so far, but it cuts beautifully. Cuts beautifully. All right, that 455 Rancher. We got that Husqvarna bar on there, Farm Touch. And this is typically for people that own some land, want to cut down some trees, clear out some land, bust up some firewood or a lot of firewood. It's built real tough. It's built for busting up a lot of firewood. All right. So we're gonna open this up and we're gonna get this started. Let's get this chain changed out. And this is the stock chain. All right. This is the chain that came with it. But I only got, like I said, 1.5 uses out of it. So we're gonna take this bar off and we're gonna change out the chain. But I'm gonna sharpen this chain right here. But I want to see what the difference is, because this one, I went to the store and bought this one today. They said X-Cut. I don't know what the difference between this cut right here. This is the chain that came with the 45, the 455 Rancher. I don't know if y'all can see that right there. All right, that's the chain that came with it. But I went and got this X-Cut. I want to see what the difference is and how well it cuts compared to the one that came stock on this one right here. So we're gonna change this chain out before we get to some log splitting. Make sure this thing is running real nice. And like I was just saying, I just bought this on Saturday, so I got 1.5 uses out of it. So this chain right here should still be cutting decent. How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. This damn thing coming off. Huh? Nah, she don't want to come. Come on now. Oh. Okay, got our nuts right there. All right. This top acting like it didn't want to come off. Okay. All right, we're off. All right, we don't want to mess anything up. Blow some of this sawdust out of here. Okay. This one's a little bit different, huh? This one's a little bit different. Oh, changing this one now is a little bit different. This ain't the Echo. Oh, nah, I might gotta read the directions on this. Can't just be on caveman man time. No, no, off. No, no, this one's different. Let me see. Can we still change out this chain? We might be able to still change it out without taking this little gear looking thing off of here. Come on now. All right, there we go. Yeah, we'll be able to swap this chain out. This piece don't even got to come off. So, all right, we in business now. All right, so this is the old chain here. I would say there's not much difference in the new chain from the stock chain, just my opinion. I've ran quite a few chainsaws in my time, and I've cut a lot of firewood. Okay, I want to know, what do you think about the full skip chain? So the one I was looking for was the full skip. So you'll get this piece right here, skip this one, and it goes to the next one. So like a full skip. So this whole section right here will be gone. That's the one I'm going to order tonight. I went to the store looking for the full skip chain, and they didn't have it. So that's the one we get next. The full skip is supposed to be able to keep the RPMs up, be able to keep the chain. Nobody had the full. I want to see, somebody in the comments said that this can take the 32-inch lightweight bar. So that's what I want, the lightweight. I want to put the 32-inch lightweight, probably Oregon bar, and we're gonna swap that out and see if we can get through some of these 30 to 40-inch rounds over there, because some of those rounds are just massive for this 20-inch bar right here. So that's what we're gonna do. But when I find it, I'm gonna go online tonight and I'm gonna look for it. Damn, this thing is on. Got my hand cut it open. Well, we're gonna swap this chain out, and it's the X cut, Husqvarna X cut. I don't know, but it says it cuts 10% better. Sharpness still lasts. Pre-stretched. The pre-stretched, that matters, because they say a lot of chains stretch. You know, you put it on for the first use, and the chain can't pop off because it does stretch. So it's good to keep an eye on it. Once you run it for a little bit, keep an eye on that chain so the chain doesn't pop off. So I'm gonna see how good this X cut works. I'm gonna get this damn plastic over here. All right, let's check this chain out. Now, I want to eye it. We're gonna check it out, and we're gonna compare them side by side to see if there's any difference. It might not be. All right, so this is the old chain. This one I just took off. It's still sharp. I can feel that right there. Yeah, that blade's still sharp. Might be hard to tell, but the blade is still good. The blade is still sharp. It's like nicking my finger under there. All right, so the new chain, let's open it up. All right, is there any difference in this one from the old one? Let's check it out. All right, let's hold it in the same direction. Is there any difference? I don't know. This is the new chain right here. I don't see a whole lot different. I don't see much. Might be the same chain. Man, it's slightly different. Slightly different. So if y'all can see back here, you see how wide this piece is right here? This piece right here in the front, this one's a little bit smaller. The rake, I think they call that the rake right there. So this rake right here is wider. This one is not. So that's some of the difference. They call this the X design. So I think the rakers are a little bit wider. This one in the back, let's check the one in the back, the black one. the black piece. So that black piece versus this black piece, if we can see the difference, this one is a little bit wider than this one right here. All right, and the new chain is the one in the front. The new chain has the smaller rake right here, the raker or the rake. The new one has a smaller raker. All right, let's see. Should be like butter. Damn, that's some nice wood right there. Just get a round file and sharpen the old one. Now I'm gonna sharpen the old one, but I wanted to see what that X chain was about. That's really what it was. I was at the store and I was looking for that full skip, and I wanted to see what that X chain was about. So we just want to put it on, test it out real fast, and then we're gonna get to splitting some wood with the axes here. And today I'm working with all Fisker. All right, so we're gonna put an old chain to the side. I want to have like 2, 3 to 4 chains. So maybe like 2 or 3 regular chains, maybe like 2 regular chains and 2 full skip. So it's not about me not wanting to file my chain. I'm definitely gonna keep that chain. I'm gonna file it, but I'm gonna get 2 full skip chains. And this thing, yeah, this thing is super sharp. 2 full skip chains, and then we're gonna do 2 regular chains. So that's all. That's what we're gonna do. All right, gonna get that locked in there. We'll work our bar down here. See if we can get this chain on. All right now. All right, we gotta get this thing lined up properly. Okay, so y'all got any questions? What's your preferred type of chainsaw to run? What's your preferred axe to run? Because I was online looking for axes today, and I was looking for splitting axes, and I don't know why I went to Amazon first, but yeah, because I'm looking for like something reputable, and I want to get a good splitting axe for splitting wood. Does anybody have any recommendations as far as a really good quality splitting axe? I need a real good wooden handle. The Fiskars is good, but I want wooden handle splitting axe. And I'm looking for a recommendation. If anybody has one to speak of. I want to get something nice. All right. Come on now. Don't tell me this size is not, it's not sizing. The size should be sizing, right? All right, so it's going to spin her around. Oh, she's not grabbing. Come on now. I gotta start with the other side. It's open. Come on now. Let's see, what we talking about? All right, so yeah, it's better. 6-pound Fiskars. I use 8-pound. It's too much. So I got the 8-pound Fiskars right there. That's the 8-pound Fiskars Maul. And then that's maybe, I think that's like a 4.5 pound Fiskars splitting axe. And that's what I'm running right now. So I like the Fiskars. It's good quality. You know what my biggest thing with that is? Which is one of their selling points, is their hollow handle. If you happen to overshoot and you got a full grip on that hollow handle, you in for a world of hurt right there. I did it already. Hand went numb. So your aim better be on point. You know, I think it's in the technique a little bit too, or a lot of it, of how you come down with the swing. Not having like a full handle grip when you come down with the swing. So I'm working on having the handle more like in the middle of my hand to the top of my hand with both hands. So hitting that wood, if it happens to overshoot for some reason, it's not going to bust my hand up. So that was pain. All right, so that's one of the things that I'm working on as far as technique, and I want to keep working that and see where we go from there. Yeah, I'm not. Damn, this chain's not getting on. All right, so I might have to mess with this later on. I'm not getting this chain on. I don't want to hold y'all up. I don't want to hold up the broadcast. It might be a little small. I don't know. Might have to wiggle that piece down. Yeah, it's not getting on. I don't know, for some reason. It's not all the way getting on. It's supposed to be 20-inch chain for. Yeah, I don't know. Is it the same size? It's supposed to be. All right, I'll work with it another time. It's all good. It's all good. We gonna show don't stop because the chain don't fit or the chain ain't get on. Show not stopping. We gonna put this to the side and I'm gonna work with this in the house. I did something wrong probably. And this is my first time taking off this chain. Just got this chainsaw Saturday. I've been working with the Echo. So the Echo's been my chainsaw before this one. The Echo CS352. We bust up a lot of logs with that one. So it's all good. The show don't stop. All right, so let's talk about these axes here though. That's really, if you signed on for what the title was, we really here to split some wood. And that's what we're gonna do. All right, so let's put that. We're working with the 8-pound Maul, which this works real good. If you got some thick piece of wood, this one's a good one right here. All right, I prefer Husqvarna saws. They have higher speed and the best airflow design. I run a wood business and have 6 work saws, all modified. 254 XP, 550 XP, 562, 272, 372, 572. My bars are 18 and 24. Okay, I like that. And you know, when I went to buy that Husqvarna saw, I went looking for the 562 or the 572. They didn't have it. The shop that I went to, because I wanted something that day, all they had was, the highest version they had was the 455 Rancher. So I said, I'll get that one. But in the future, I'm probably going to upgrade. No, I know I'm going to upgrade either to the 562 or the 572. Probably 572. And I'm going to throw on at least like a 32-inch bar because I plan on having a lot more of these massive rounds, and I want something that's going to be able to get all the way through without having me jump side to side and jumping and trying to, you know, do too much. I'm not trying to be an acrobat when I'm out there cutting with that saw. I want one side cut all the way through, done deal. All right. So what we're doing right now, we're going to take one of these rounds and we're going to use that as like a base. And let's cut some wood. And what we're doing also is I'm stacking on a pallet. So this is going to be the pallet, one of the pallets. I got a bunch of pallets and I get them for free. This is going to be one of the pallets I'm using for stacking wood, but it's like, all right, if I'm stacking it up, it's only going to be so high I'm going to be able to stack it on this pallet before it starts falling off to the side. I'm going to make sure y'all got a good look at what I'm doing here. Okay, so it's only going to be so much we can get on this pallet here. So what are we doing? What are we going to do to keep this wood from falling off to the side, falling everywhere? And this pallet is also going to be a way for me to be able to move it if I need to. I come with a forklift, move it here, move it there. And I'm planning on having like a bunch of different pallets. If you've seen all that wood I have, I'm going to have a bunch. All right, so what we got? Comments here. All right, it's the same amount of drive links. I'm not sure about that one. I got to check that one. That's what I didn't check. I just went and bought it, just brought it home today and just tried to throw it on. So yeah, that's one thing I got to check on that. All right, so let's get it. All right, so before we start splitting, I'm just explaining what I'm going to do. So what I have here, this is welded wire fencing. If you're not sure what it is, you can look it up. But this is PVC welded wire fencing, and I'm going to put this is 6 foot high, and I'm going to wrap this around the pallet. So as the wood starts to build up, I'm going to wrap it around, and I'm only going to clasp it as I build it up. So I'm just going to put a frame around it. So I'm going to put some wood around it right now, and then I'm going to put a frame around it as it starts to build up. And then as it gets higher and higher, I'm going to clasp it higher, higher, and higher. And I'm going to cut off a piece of this so it's just for this pallet. This is about what? It's 100 feet, 6 foot high. I got a bunch more of this stuff, and that's what I'm going to do to contain the wood. So I'm going low budget setup for this right here. They have like all types of pre-made pallets with like thicker wood or thicker metal to help contain the pallets for building up a cord of wood here. But we're going free pallet, free wood, free firewood, and all I paid was for this 100 foot of welded wire fencing right here. So that's what we're going to add on to that once we start getting some more firewood to put on this pallet. But first, we're going to compare these. We're going to compare this Fiskars right here. This Fiskars, I think it's a 4.5 pound splitting axe. This one, 36 inch. All right, some people like a shorter handle, which I'm getting, the wooden one I'm going to get, it's going to be shorter than this 36 right here. This one, I don't know. Let's see, we're going to put them up to each other. I forgot how tall it is, but this is a pretty popular Fiskars Maul here. They're both about the same height. Yeah, they're about the same height. They right there. They going neck and neck. They both about the same height. So I want to go something with a little bit of shorter handle. But one is easier to wield. The 8 pound is not for everybody. The 8 pound isn't really for every situation, because it can be really overkill for sure, and you don't want to overshoot. Like I said, this one is not a hollow. It doesn't look like it's a hollow handle. The 4.5 pound has that hollow handle. You know, it helps make it more lighter weight. But when we got that heavy duty, yeah, we need that 8 pound. So I'm gonna start with the 8 pound Maul. All right, and that felt like overkill for that right there. But we cutting all green wood, so we need something a little more for the green wood. But just for that little piece right there, that was overkill. But it gets the job done regardless. All right, this is a good size. I throw on the pallet here, and we're just gonna stack it nice and neat. Maybe I'll throw some sideways in the middle. All right, this one is standing to get cut again. Well, what is your preferred axe? Because I'm looking to get a new axe, and I want a wooden handle, want something decent quality. I'm not trying to break the bank, but I want something wooden handle. Maybe something with a, you know, like a grandpa feel, like something that was passed down. I want that type of feel to it. This needs to be busted up some. All right. And what are your thoughts on cutting your own firewood? Would you rather not spend the time, or would you rather cut your own? Would you rather spend the money? You know, buy a few cords every year, you know, however many cords you need to burn wood in your house. All right. But, oh shit. I just came from my day job, putting that work in, full-time hours, and coming home and put that work in. Why? Because it's my job. It's the man's job. You know, this is part of providing for the house. You know? What do y'all think about the 8 pound Maul versus a lighter axe? Now we're gonna bust up some bigger logs for sure. We're gonna do that. That's happening. So I like to put a mix of thicker pieces and smaller pieces. All right, but if I gotta choose, would I rather have more thicker pieces that I know still fits in my wood burning stove, or would I rather have smaller pieces? I'd rather go smaller pieces. One, because this is green wood, like I said, it dries faster. Two, I can pack that box a lot better, you know, hit all the more nooks and crannies and fill the box as best you can, and not just with like 2 or 3 pieces of the bigger wood that's just gonna burn longer. So I wanna get as much wood in there as I can, and that's what we're doing. All right, let's see, we got any comments right now before I move on? All right, let's see. I will box in the ends if you want to get more out on a pallet. Yes, I'm going to box it in. I got let me leave this on the ground here. So we got the 6 foot welded wire right here. 6-foot welded wire fencing right here that I'm gonna box in this wood with. That's what we're doing. So it's not that I didn't think about it. I already have the material. I'm gonna box it in. I'm just gonna get some more wood to split, and then we're gonna box that right in. All right, let's see. All right, a lot of people said hi. I appreciate y'all for stopping in. All right, I appreciate everything. Everybody, you know, with the comments, you know, each one teach one. We're here to give suggestions, comments, you know, feedback, positive reinforcement, all that good stuff, because I want, you know, this, we're building a community here of just like-minded folk, and like I said, each one teach one. People come here to, you know, pick up some little gems here, tidbits here, or even just for entertainment. All right, 6 pound, I would rather be better. Okay, I think mine is hollow. Yep, I got one that's hollow and one that's not. Stop yapping, do your job. Yeah, let's get to it. Yeah, I like that. I take that too. All right, now we're gonna pick some decent pieces. I ain't just shooting for the ones with the knots in it. All right, we're gonna go this one next. Busting up wood, busting it down. This 8 pound gets the job done for sure. Damn. Y'all prefer a longer axe or a shorter axe? That's the question right there. Some decent pieces. And we're gonna keep stacking it as we go. All right. Put some of that in the middle there. I'm torn on whether I prefer a longer one. You got a flat piece right there. The flat ones are good too. They help fill that box, whatever it is you putting your wood in, whether it be fireplace. You know, some of these pieces may not matter what shape they are, but I'm putting mine in a wood burner stove. Getting a wood burner stove this year, and those flat pieces help too. Got some nice chunks here. Okay. Now we're gonna switch off. Let's switch off to the 4.5 pound, I think. The Fiskars. We're gonna bring the Maul back when we got some of the bigger rounds. We got some that ain't too crazy over here. Let's see. Let's go this one right here. All right. This one I could swing faster, but it might not do as much damage. Okay, she got stuck first time. It's split. Now, I think if that was the Maul, it might have split first time. This one works. Other side, stand that up. All right. Skimmed it. Okay, we got some decent hits there. Bust that down, and we're gonna stack this up. It's gonna keep stacking. And I got some pallets in the back that's stacked too. I mean, I could definitely be combining them, but we're gonna cut some more wood up, and we're gonna keep stacking, and we're gonna wrap that welded wire fencing around it. Let's see, what we talking about? Okay, I should consider a splitter. I did. My thing is what? The price mainly, because one, I'm cutting green wood. This green wood is going to take a lot more pressure. I'm going to need something with a lot more poundage, and with the higher poundage comes higher price point. So the one that I'm looking at ideally is going to be at least $3,000, and I wasn't trying to drop $3,000 on a splitter right now. They got less expensive ones, but I got some massive rounds here, as you can see behind me, and the ones that cost less are not getting that. The one that costs $3,000 is not getting that. So I can't go less than that right there. So, but I'm thinking about it. We burn slab wood. What is slab wood? I don't know what slab wood is. Yeah, that much I would get a splitter. Hello from Boston. All right, what's going on? Peace to Boston. All right, I always use the 8-pound Maul, but that's what I prefer. But that's just my opinion. Everybody has different opinions. Bro, you won't be doing this for long, swinging that way too hard with no gloves. I got gloves. I got gloves right here. All right. Working man, good job. Working way too hard. You do. Are you selling this or is it for yourself? It's both. Once I get enough for myself, it's definitely going on the market. And once I get rid of all this right here, I'm putting it in all the way in the back. Because I got a lot of room, a lot of property back there. I'm putting all these pallets in the back, stacking them up, keeping them off the ground, and then this is going on the market. All this wood, got it for free. Just so you know, the ones who haven't been watching lately, I've been going live every day, and I got all this wood for just so y'all can see, ones just tuning in, all that wood, got it for free. All hardwood, got it for free. So yeah, now we're gonna be selling this for sure. What up, bro? Okay, what's going on? Peace, peace. All right, let's get back to it. One of the things I'm not so much a fan of is how long this handle is, and I've overshot a couple times, and yeah, that bust my hand. That bust my hand, had my hand real numb. So yeah, nah, a shorter handle, something you get a little bit more hold on, you know, with the accuracy, might be something more ideal. And I want to go wooden handle. From what I felt from like the reverberation from when I missed, nah, I'd rather miss with a wooden handle, break my handle, and replace the handle than have to feel what I felt with this one right here. No sir. Huh? Oh, all right. Safety glasses. Safety glasses. Just got reminded. Oh, there you go. I brought them out. I see better without them, but it's all good. All right. Let's bust it down. Let's bust down this free wood. Off the free 99. Yo, does anybody have any experience with wood burning stoves? Because this is my mission right here. I'm getting a wood burning stove this year, and I want to know, you know, what maintenance, upkeep, how often do you have to clean it with ideal dry firewood? You know, not putting too much softwood in there, not burning wet stuff. How often do you have to clean it? What's the maintenance like? All right, so we got a knotted piece right here. I cut the knot off for the most part, but this was a knotted piece. And we're gonna see. Now I'm gonna hit it with the Maul first because it should be a bit harder to get through. But we're gonna see how that Maul does against this knotted piece here. All right. Ooh, I need to move some of this stuff. Can't keep bumping into this. Let's see, that 8-pound Fiskars Maul. All right, it wasn't too much of a hard swing, but she split though. She split. And it ain't split all the way because we got a partial knot on this side, and then we got that knot that's on this side, but it's going down for sure. All right. And this didn't split all the way right here because of that knot. But we broke it down. Knotted wood. Still didn't stand a chance. Okay, so somebody said in the comments, 6-pound. I got the 8-pound right here. I even saw 10-pound. All right, but I think it was S-wing, 10-pound S-wing. I don't need the 10-pound. 8-pound gets the job done. What y'all think about the 6-pound Maul? And I ain't swinging too hard. Maybe about 60%. We're not swinging too hard right now. When I get to those bigger masterpieces, I'm gonna put a He-Man swing on that. All right. How many of y'all was there for He-Man? How many of y'all know who He-Man is? Damn. Just stumped that one. This is that knotted piece right here. Just took that thump right on the top. It's starting to split. Nah, we need another crack at that. Need another crack. There we go. Knotty piece of wood. I'm gonna hit it this way. Okay. Might want to hit this from the top right there. Might be able to break that down better because this all knot right here. There we go. Yeah, better way to take that out. And we're gonna throw this awkward looking piece, but it still goes in the pile. That one ain't exempt. What are we talking about? Any comments before I move on? All right. His hands can be immune, actually. What up, bro? All right. Slab wood is the slabs that come from logs when you are milling lumber with a sawmill. Okay. All right, good to know. Noted. All right, shorter handle will give you more control. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a shorter handle, wooden axe with more like a dated look to it. Something that looks like your great-great-grandfather passed it down. Something rustic looking. That's the feel I'm going for the axe head. And I'll be grinding it, sharpening it myself. All right. Just suggestions here. Twist the axe slightly clockwise on impact. Talking about that flick motion. I know about it. Yeah, I'm gonna start working with it. I'm not real adept at it, but yeah, I'm gonna start working with that flick motion. But I want to work with the flick motion with the lighter one, not the Maul, not that 8-pound Maul. All right. This action helps separate two pieces of wood. All right. Make a row of chopping blocks, split the row, then pick up the pieces. Way less bending. Yeah, you're right. If you're burning relatively dry firewood, you only should have to clean your stove pipes out twice during the wintertime during wood burning season. Okay, good to know. Clean out that creosote. So do you have to take out the whole setup? Because it's supposed to be like, what's it like, 10, 15 feet above your, it has to be a certain amount of feet above your roof line. So are you taking out the whole flue and cleaning up the whole thing? Or just, relatively close to your wood burning stove? That's one thing I want to know. All right. And you only have to clean your chimney flue once every year, right before you get ready to start burning. Okay, noted. All right. We got some pieces here. Let's bust this one down next. We got a bigger piece here. Yeah, hefty piece. We're gonna hit this one with the Maul. I don't see any knots, not on first look. So we're gonna give this a nice little whack. Okay, that's one. Let's see how many whacks. That's two. Damn. And this is green wood. It's not dry wood. Three. Split off the third one. Okay, not bad. I know if this was dry, that 8-pound Maul would have busted on the first one. Yeah, off the first one. All right, so I got a side question. I don't know if it's time to ask you yet, but I got a side question. Has nothing to do with this for the most part. If you work all day, right? You work all day. All right, you come home, you busting up firewood for the family. You got a stay-at-home wife, kids. Should it be a given that you come into the house to a hot plate of food? What y'all think? Should it be a requisite that when you walk in that door, should be a hot plate of food? Let me know. It's like, miss, what y'all think about that? Because I'm old school with my thinking. I'm not speaking for your household, not speaking for every household. I'm saying my household, that's how I feel. You know? All right, we need some bigger pieces. What y'all think about that? Should it be like a thing? Like, come in, you want to smell something good off the walk-in. Come in, wash up. Yeah, time to grub. All right, got a little basic round here. We're gonna bring back the 4.5 pound Fiskars Maul. What we talking about? All right. Yeah, run a brush all the way up. Okay, love it, brother. A man ain't afraid to swing an axe. High on the outside, hit on the outside edge. Yep, outside edge for sure. Always should be a meal waiting, and a little kiss. Oh, yeah, that'll make a man's day. A good hot plate of food and a kiss off the walk-in. Hey, baby. Yeah, a good attitude. Whew. That'll give a man inspiration, not resentment. You know. Got a lot of men coming home to resentment, sucking teeth off the walk-in. You know. What? Don't you know what I just went through today? You know what No, unacceptable. Unacceptable. Yeah, now I think a hot plate of food, you know, kids, you know, everything in order, you know, within reason, but that hot plate of food, yeah, that's the one. That's it right there. Would y'all spend the money or save up, spend the money? Say you don't have the money offhand to just buy like a $3,000 to $6,000 splitter. Would you work, save up gradually, or would you get out here and get after it? Because I'm out here getting after it. The splitter's coming, but for now, because this is just for my house and it's not for a business yet. Yeah, so I'm hitting it. I want to put that work in with that axe first. You know, it's almost like a crawl before you can walk type of thing. I don't want to skip steps. I want to be a man that's capable and willing to cut up and bust up my own firewood. I want to be able to teach my son, look, son, this is how you use an axe. When it comes down to basics, a man should know how to use an axe, how to make firewood, how to keep his home warm, you know? The wife will cook the meal, but you provide the essentials for her to get the job done, you know? What we talking about? What y'all think? Now, what y'all think about, so we kind of established that coming into the house to a nice hot meal and a kiss off the walk-in, that sounds good. But what about this? What about this? Check me out. What about lunch? What about her making your lunch to take to work the next day? Should that be a given? What y'all think about that one? Should it be that she cooked dinner, and maybe if it's part of the leftovers, packs you a nice lunch for the next day, send you off to work, like, baby, see you when you're home. Should that be a given? Should we normalize that? That's what we doing in my home. That's a regular day in my home. And you know what? I love it. But should we make that normal? You know? The standards here, where I'm at in America, every household, that ain't the standard. Should that be the standard? All right, what we talking about? Okay? If it's too much ass, she ain't for you. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah. Men who don't do this can't fully appreciate the splitter. Uh-huh. Yeah. He know what he's talking about. I'm 60 years old and I'm getting out there and getting after it. Yes. This will keep you young. This will keep you feeling good. Being able to move. You know, you don't want to stiffen up, be old and decrepit because, you know, you stay in a seated position all day. Just sitting there watching TV, watching a boob tube all day. No, that ain't good for you. Even if you never meet that woman, you're still a bit better man for it. You ain't wrong, Kai Solar. All right, got that plastic handle axe, splitting them. Yup, it's fiberglass or plastic, whatever you want to call it. Keep splitting by hand while you save up for that good splitter, for sure, for sure. We gonna keep on splitting for sure. All right, we'll be cutting next. What's calling my name? This little piece right here. All right, we're gonna do that one next. Where my axe go? There it go. Yo, on top of having that lunch to take to work the next day, pack me up, because my wife finished dinner. I come into a hot plate of food. She finished dinner. She packed my lunch. And guess what? I wake up 4:30 in the morning. The household sleep. Quiet as a church mouse. Household sleep. I get in the shower. I'm like, all right, well, I'll catch something on the way to work. I'll stop by a Quick Check. I'll stop by a Wawa or something. Maybe snatch up a breakfast sandwich if I need to. A cup of coffee. I come out the shower. She got a nice sandwich right there waiting for me. I ain't even here. Cup of coffee already made. Damn. Coffee, sausage, egg, and cheese. Off the walkout. Don't gotta stop nowhere. Don't gotta spend no extra money. Eating good food from home. I know what's in it. I know where it came from. I know who made it. It was made with love. Made with love. And the fact that she got up early in the morning when she's a stay-at-home mom, it's already said that she got respect. So it's made with love and respect. Love and respect. You know? Restoring the feeling of duty. It's not just the man's duty to provide and the woman's duty just to look good. That's it. No. In our household, we back to the traditional values, sense of duty. You know, it's a lot of people these days feel like, you know, in this age and era, that's a cuss word. What you mean duty? A woman's duty. What you mean? No. Because a lot of people feel like, you know, it's a man's duty to provide and protect. So we got to mirror that, you know. If it's my duty to protect and provide, and I will do that, what's your duty then? What we talking about? We bringing back sense of duty, love, and respect. Playing our position. Playing our position. Playing our position is not a cuss word. It shouldn't be a cancelable term. Playing our role. I ain't afraid to say it. I got a position. My position is to protect and provide. You know? We hear a noise in the middle of the night. Who we expecting to go see what that noise was? Oh, pardon me. Me. It was me. It's me. Whether got a gun in hand or not, you got to go check it out. The man is the first line of defense. By any means. Protect the babies. Protect the family. She's the nurturer. I'm the protector. You know? What we talking about? What y'all think? All right. I get jealous when I see people in their 60s still hitting. I'm 36, and due to cancer treatments, I've been bedridden for 2 years, man. I pray for you, man. You know, that's tough to deal with. I can't act like I know what you're going through, but I'm here for you in support. You know, we're gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and in spirit, we're gonna pray for you, man. All right. Maddie B, my friend, don't be afraid. Don't be hard on yourself. If I had gone through what you're dealing with, I'd be right where you are too. Much respect. Yeah, much respect. And then some. It's tough out there. You never know what life may throw your way. You know, get to it. Appreciate life. You know, be nice to people. Respect people. You know, put a smile on your face. Don't be bitter. You know, let's get that lighter axe. No time for bitterness. Resentment. You're missing. Come on, one more. I'll take it. Get to it. Yeah. This is not a bad axe. If you weren't here before when I talked about it, only thing I don't like about this axe is the fact that if you overshoot and you got full grip, you know, you got full grip on this because we got the hook at the end so this thing don't slide from your hand. But if you got full grip and you happen to overshoot, boom, you're in for a world of pain. The kickback or the reverberation from this is gonna make you throw this axe, say, I don't know, we ain't doing that again. Give me a wooden one. We're not doing that again. So I'd rather undershoot than overshoot. That's why I'm standing way back here. We're not doing the overshooting business again. No, nope. We ain't about to play that game. I'm not for that. I'm not about that. My hand still ain't healed from that. All right. What y'all think about cooking outside, man? Does anybody cook outside in wood burning stove, or we talking about wood fires? Is anybody into wood fires, cooking outside? Cause I do that. I'll do a little bit all year round. Maybe not as much in the winter, but I cooks outside. I'm gonna be doing some more cooking outside, making some videos and content on it, cooking some good meals, some catch and cooks. You know, what I mean by catch and cook is stuff I got in my backyard. Don't mean to throw you off, but yeah. We catch a squirrel, taking him down. We're gonna marinate him, we're gonna sauce him up, debone him, and we're gonna get to work. I already put squirrel on pizza. I catch rabbits, going in my garden, taking them down. In my crosshairs, taking them down. We're gonna make rabbit soup. We're gonna make rabbit something. Yeah, we did that last year. I made that video too. So I got the video on this channel. Squirrel pizza. I was cooking spatchcock chicken on the grill one day. Saw a rabbit in the yard. So, oh no, he ain't gonna keep eating all the stuff in my garden. I put him in my crosshairs, took him down, and yeah, spatchcocked him the same time on the same grill before the chicken was even done. I skinned him, cleaned him, put him on the grill while the chicken was still on the grill because the spatchcocked chicken wasn't done yet. And the rabbit was done before the chicken was done. Ain't that something? The chicken was already on the grill. My wife, she came outside and lost it, but you know, still a memorable moment. Yeah, my wife she wasn't a fan of that one. Nah, that's what she think I'm crazy as hell. Maybe that's why she cooked my meals for me. Like, let me leave this thing alone. I'm gonna catch that groundhog back there too. That groundhog don't have babies. I might not eat it, but I'm gonna catch him. I caught a groundhog, what was that, 2 years ago? I put it on this channel too. Caught him right in the middle of eating one of my butternut squash in the backyard. Because we grow all type of food, fruit trees, vegetables. So caught him in the middle of eating a butternut squash. I made a short out of it. One of the older shorts on the page. Caught him. And you go and see him laying dead. Perfect shot placement. Dropped him right on the spot. Put him right down. That was his last meal. He was on death row. He didn't even know it. That was his last meal. And you can see the butternut squash half eaten in the video too. Took him down. Had to. Every year, they've been terrorizing me. Eating all my kale, spinach, strawberries, cucumbers, squash, eating everything. And I'll be at work. Those disrespectful buggers, man. On the weekends, I sit in the window waiting for them. It's almost like they know I'm waiting. Inch up the window, put him in the crosshairs. Put him right down. Nah, you ain't gonna keep eating my stuff. Disrespected. You know, a little bit here and there, I don't mind, but you're not just gonna keep eating everything and leave me nothing. No, it's disrespectful. Disrespectful groundhog. No, sir. But it's a good tool. It's a good skill to have to learn how to grow your own food. Me and my wife got this property and just started learning by trial and error, failing until we started getting it. You know, start learning about soil health. You know, if any of y'all grow your own food, let me know. If any of y'all grow your own food, I want to hear about your experience. You know, what do y'all grow? What's your experience with pests, groundhogs, squirrels, birds, whatever eating your stuff? Yeah, that was nice. That was nice. That Maul, whew, devastating. That Maul is devastating. Yep. This thing gets the job done. Not playing no games. Slight miss. Slight undershoot. Like I said, I'd rather undershoot than overshoot. Overshoot is pain. Undershoot, you know, maybe bruise ego, but you ain't feeling physical pain. You overshoot, you're gonna want to put it down. Go in the house, wrap it up. Not today, I'm done. We ain't trying to keep doing that. Going through that. I'm still recuperating from that time I overshot. Nope. Undershoot before overshooting. It's okay to miss. Undershooting, it's okay. You know? Do I want to hit that piece? All right, we're going to hit this piece with the smaller axe. All right, let's see what we're talking about. Anybody in the chat talking? What we talking about? All right. I cook a steak on a flat rock out in the woods. Okay, I like that. As long as it ain't a wet rock, right? Wet rocks, I hear, will explode. Cannon will explode. Man, if I had to be out there splitting wood alongside anyone, brother, it would definitely be you. Nice. Love to hear it, man. Good company, good attitude. That's what I'm talking about. You should move your hand downward as the axe goes down, not before. I grow a lot of potatoes, garlic, just because they're easy and I'm not a good gardener. Squirrel stew over drop biscuits, just like a squirrel pot pie. Yeah. I like to hear that. And you know what? For the people that think like, all right, it's nasty, squirrel's nasty, or it's a tree rat, you think about it, you can say that all you want. Squirrels eat cleaner than probably anything that you could think of that we eat in a regular grocery store, whether it be chickens, pig, the beef. Like, squirrels eat cleaner than all of them. They eat nuts and berries and seeds. So it's hard to knock squirrel. You know, it's just not, we're not conditioned to be eating squirrels all, but they eat really clean. You know, squirrel pot pie. Might try that. Squirrel, what did he say? Squirrel over some biscuits. I know he said that. Yeah. And the squirrel is like, squirrel's almost like chicken, sort of, but like the dark meat of chicken. Just a little bit chewier, a little bit gamier. But from what I hear, there's definitely ways to make it more tender, like letting it sit in the fridge for a couple days. I don't think my wife would like that. She lost it when I brought the squirrel to the door. I called her up on the phone, said, "Yo, babe, come to the door." Brought her a squirrel all cleaned up. She's like, "What the fuck?" Ah! Yeah, yep. It's another nightmare she probably has every other week. But I keep it interesting, right? Yeah. Busting up this firewood. You know? What if they shut the power grid down? You know, just whatever, man. You need a source of fuel. You need a source of heat, just in case, man. In case something happens. I don't know if anybody gave me any recommendation as far as a preferred wooden axe. All right. Like a brand name, something with a nice profile. I don't want too long of a skinny profile. I want something sharp and it starts to flare out. Not too much of a crazy flare. So I saw that big, dumb, red, goofy, triangle looking one as a Maul. I don't like that one. If y'all know what that one is, I think they call it the Beast or something like that. That thing looks crazy. I'm not doing that one. But I'm looking for something with a nice profile. Oh, this one's all knotted up. We're not about to. And this one is, I can stick this one in a wood burning stove just like this. So I'm gonna sit this one right to the side. We got some other ones here. Some good ones to still to cut. Whew. Should we bring out the Maul or see how many whacks it takes with this 4.5 pound joint right here? Let's see. Because I know we're already seeing the Maul will bust this up. You want to see how many whacks with this 4.5 pound thing? I think it's 4 or 4.5 pound. I'm not sure. But it's the splitters. It's the Fiskars 36-inch chopping axe right here. Splitting axe, not chopping. Fiskars 36-inch splitting axe. There you go. Is it a quality axe? Y'all saw it, ladies and gentlemen. And this is green wood. Green wood. Not seasoned at all. Just got this dumped not even a week ago. Maybe almost a week now. Almost. Just got cut down, maybe not even a week ago. Dumped it, and we splitting all green wood. One of the good things about having a longer axe, though, even though I want a shorter one, is it does give you more leverage for, I think, to get more power in your swing. I think you get more power with this longer piece. I think it gives you more leverage. I think so. Yeah. Busting down wood. Let's get this up out of the way. What we got? What we got over here? We got more. This has to get done. Ain't nobody out here to get to it but me. I'm the man in the house. My son's only 3. It's all girls after that. So, you know, it falls on my shoulders. I gotta get to it. I gotta get to it. It's not gonna do it on its own. Ain't nobody coming here to volunteer. Gotta get to it. And like I was saying, when I get through all the wood for my family, for the house, I'm gonna be selling this stuff. It's good wood, all hardwood. It's all oak, white oak, maple. And I'm gonna make some knife throwing targets. If y'all haven't watched any of my content, I do a lot of knife throwing. All right, no spin, rotational, mainly no spin. Do a lot of knife throwing. So we're gonna make a lot of knife throwing targets. So I'm gonna make a whole new setup, and we got some other stuff coming. I want to make some more wooden axe handles out of some of the stuff. So some of the stuff I'm gonna cut it up with the saw and make some nice blocks for it to dry. Let that shrinkage happen when it dries, and then make some axe handles when the wood is dry. I want to make some nice custom wooden axe handles. What we doing? It's another knotted piece. It's knotted, but we gonna hit it anyways. Let's see. We're gonna try to avoid the knot first. Let's see. All right, still bust it down. Still did thing. Nice. What else we got? There we go. And we got this goofy ass looking piece from when they cut the tree down. If I had a chainsaw, I would just cut that off with a chainsaw, but we're gonna get at it. We're gonna get after it anyways. We wanna see how it still cuts. I think I should bring out the Maul for this one. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, give me the Maul. Ooh, got a nice crack at it. Yeah, that's split. That was a one chop split. We're gonna see what it does on this weird looking piece right here. Yeah, bust a nice chunk off of there. What is y'all preferred axe? Is it S-Wing, Fiskars? You know, what brand? I need to know, because I need a wooden handle one. Damage. Devastation. Y'all see that? Devastation. Annihilation. Oh, shit. Yeah, we're getting to it. It's a decent workout. More on the heart pain thing. It's not the strength training. I do my strength training, but also come out here, get after it with the axe for some cardio. Work the most important muscle in your body, the heart. Gotta work that. You know, if you want to stick around, that's what I tell you. Stick around a while, man. Get out there and split some wood, man. Come on. Yeah. All right, so this next one's really awkward on the top because of how they cut it with a chainsaw. And I'm thinking about just laying it on the side and just busting it like that. That's what we're gonna do. There we go. All right. Any comments, questions, suggestions? What we doing? All right. I like long handles for safety. You swing and miss. I want the handle long enough the ground pays for the mistake, not the toes. Yeah, bro. Okay, so that's all fine and well. But if you happen to overshoot, that's the problem. Undershooting is not the problem. The ground pays. I agree. But if you overshoot, no. That's a whole different ball game. That's a whole different ball game. You overshoot. That's pain. Okay. I think one more. We're gonna split it. One more. All right. Now we split. Maybe not enough to. No, not enough. It's definitely split. I could probably pull hard enough, but we're giving it another whack. One more whack. One more. Yeah, we split. Uh-huh. And it's another one of these awkward pieces from when they cut the tree down. Ah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Working up an appetite, you know. Hope I got a nice hot meal, something real tasty off the walk-in. Uh-huh. Yeah. No, we split that. That one counted. Come on. That one counted. Count it. Uh-huh. Yeah, count that one. No. That one's a real awkward piece. Dumbass awkward piece. See how it's split like that? Makes it real awkward to split, because like, am I hitting this piece or this piece to split it? I'd rather lay these pieces down like this and get them from the middle. Uh-huh. And it's awkward because we got a triangle at the top, so the blade might want to slip this way or that way, but we still gonna get at it. We're still gonna get at it. Gotta split it long ways though, with the grain. Uh-huh. F it. This piece is awkward. Uh-huh. What we got? What we got here? Yep. Nice solid piece right there. Solid piece. Uh-huh. We're gonna make it less solid, you hear me? Uh-oh. One more swing, come on. Yeah. One swing in this thing. Mm-hmm. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. What we got over here? Yeah. All right, what we got? We running low on what's right here, but we got a big knotty piece that I've been avoiding. Been avoiding this one. Been avoiding this one. Y'all see this awkward looking piece right here? This whole piece is all a knot right there. What is it gonna take? What's it gonna take? We're definitely going at it with the maul. Come on now. Definitely gotta attack it with the maul. All right, so we're gonna look for any splits, possibly any type of splitting in the middle. All right, got a little tiny bit. I think I'm gonna approach it from right here. Not aiming at the knot right there, splitting it right here and seeing what we get. Come on now. Hype me up, hype me up, hype me up, hype me up. Come on. Ah, yeah. Uh-huh. Ain't stand a chance. Ain't stand a chance. This that big dumb knot piece right here though. Still gonna hit it from the side. Let's be smart. Skipped off the side. We nicked it. Skipped off the side though. Yeah, it's that knotted piece. It's that knotted piece. It was a clean strike, but it's knotted. There we go. Look at all that. That's all knot right there. All that inside right there. All part of that knot. Yeah. I don't think I want to play anymore with this knot right here. I don't think so. It stands. Fuck it. As long as it's still standing, I'm going to keep punching at it, right? Took him down. Took him down. Like I said, I was waiting for that one. Avoiding that one. All knotted up. Yeah. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. Okay. What else we got? What else we got? Yeah, we got a couple pieces hiding over here. And we got a piece that I ain't split that good. Let's bring back the other one. Let's bring back the lighter weight. Bring back the lighter weight. Are any of y'all familiar with knife throwing? Anybody in the knife throwing community? Do you watch knife throwing content, shorts, any of that good stuff? Let me know. I got a ton of shorts on the channel. If you're not trying to invest too much time, check out the shorts. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel. We're going to push this channel forward, build this community. I take suggestions for sure. But yeah, check out that content. I got definitely some entertaining content, throwing knives, shooting bows, shooting blowguns, and we're gonna get more into the cooking outside with the wood, busting up firewood, sourcing firewood for free, turning this into a business. And you can help me you can help me evolve, watch me grow, and you can see the beginnings of me getting a wood burning stove, chopping up all this firewood myself, and starting to turn this into a business. You can watch this materialize from the ground up. All right. Day one type stuff, you feel me? It's a nice piece of kindling I just chopped off of there. Okay. What still needs splitting? This one right here. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we're doing in the comments. Make sure I don't miss people's comments. We want to respond. All right. Get after it. Nice progress. I can remember the last time I overshot and hit the handle. You will get used to the size and how your swing hits. Undershooting it is dangerous. Overshooting is a skill issue. It'll work out. Yeah. I mean, I did it a few times. No, maybe twice. I think I overshot twice. And yeah, I'm not going to deny like it's not skill. It's all, part of getting used to aiming and all that. But it's a problem. I'm just saying, if it happens, it's painful. I imagine most people that have been swinging axes either regularly or just over the years, I imagine that there's been some time that you overshot. Not saying you should make a habit of it, but overshooting is painful if you don't have a wooden axe, because hopefully your axe handle either absorbs it, doesn't break, or breaks. And it's a whole nother ball game if you got one of these like plastic or fiberglass handles and you overshoot and you have a handle that from Fiskars representation, they're stronger than concrete. So it's gonna work its way back to you, and that's gonna be painful. I felt it, and like I said, my hand's still recuperating from it. I couldn't push down on anything for a week like, well, because I'm a truck driver, so I do flatbed, so I got my winch bar, so I'm strapping down a load, I gotta push that winch bar down, and my right hand, couldn't use that for a week. I'm over there, when it comes time to push the winch bar, I'm using my arm, I'm using this hand and my arm, like, putting my knee on it, you know, to tighten down that strap, because this hand, this palm was no good, no good. It couldn't even withstand a little bit of pressure, no good at all. So I'm just saying, I'm just giving my testament. I know you're not supposed to be overshooting, and undershooting is also dangerous because of your feet. I got on steel toe boots. Not saying you want an axe flying at your feet, but there's also things you can do for undershooting. So if you got a piece of log on the ground, you can put a log right in front of it like this or whatever, and if you undershoot, it's going to hit that log. And you're aiming at this one right here, it'll undershoot and hit this log right here. So that's a tip right there for undershooting. Overshooting is problematic. You just don't want them problems. I'm just saying, from the horse's mouth, where my hand is still recuperating from swinging this one right here. This hollow handle Fisker axe, it took the blow, and I can see the mark still from overshooting. The axe handle is just fine, which what I spent maybe like $70 for this axe, but this axe should outlive me if you treat it good. So I'm just saying, if you got an axe like this one and you overshoot, I'm just letting you know, I'm just warning you, pain. All right, let's get it. See, I just hit down on that with this palm right here. Still pain. Yeah, I had to switch hands. It's split in a couple different places right now. It's gonna split maybe on the next one. Damn, you see the split in there. It wants to give. It might got a knot, yeah. It looks like a part of a knot down here. This was a knotted piece, that's why. We might see the knot when we open it up from the inside. And we got the lighter axe. This is not the Maul. The Maul would have busted this open already. But this is the lighter axe. And I'm not swinging 100%. All right, we're in. Yeah, this piece is knotted. Yeah. You might be able to see some of that in there, where all the wood grain is not going all the same way. You see it all starting to curve down here. Yeah, this piece was not, that was a knotted piece right there. This is therapy for sure. Definitely therapeutic. Yo, again, if y'all haven't subscribed already, just hit that subscribe button. We got a lot more cool content. You know, some of the stuff I do is definitely a lot more entertaining, but this is work. This is work. This is stuff that I got to do. I mean, if you want to sit around, listen to it, make a background noise, do that. Whether you're cooking, you know, I appreciate you tuning in. And we can definitely get that conversation started. You sit around, just listen to it till you hear, you know, a topic that you're willing to and ready to jump in on for sure. If you're someone who likes to comment. But this is work. This is work that I got to do. You know, and I'm showing because like this is something I've never done before. I'm just sort of like embarking on this journey, and I'm like, I told my wife, I said, this past year, my furnace ran into an issue. My furnace pump stopped working, and this is the second time since we bought this home, and we bought this home in 2019. We bought this property then, and this is the second time I ran into an issue with my furnace. The first time, my gas valve, it went out on the furnace, and it had a leak. Once the gas valve stopped working, it started leaking, and we started smelling gas in the house. Called the fire department. I opened up all the windows, and when the fire department came, they came in, and because all the windows were open, they like, went around. We don't smell anything. You know, so I called them, and it was like, you know, the whole neighborhood saw it. It was like an embarrassment almost. So they left. I'm like, all right, well, I don't know. I'm like, I smell gas, especially coming from the basement. I smell gas. They left. I turned the heat back on because it was dead in the middle of winter. Turned the heat back on. I waited a while, start smelling gas again. Like, nope, nope. Open up all the windows. I called PSE&G, the electric company where I'm at. Called PSE&G. They came. The guy came. And he was like putting his little meter around, trying to see where the gas is coming from, and it led him right to the furnace, to the gas valve. And he's like, look, man, you got a faulty gas valve. I'm like, damn. You know, just got this house not that long ago, man. I just had to replace the in-ground pump because we got well water. Just had the pump replaced, the in-ground pump. That was $5,000 off the rip. Damn, man, this homeowner stuff is, it's money. It's a money pit. So he's like, look, I could fix it now, but it's going to cost such and such, such and such. I'm like, shit. All right. Or he's like, or if you're handy with tools, you can fix it yourself. I don't know why he put me up to that one. You know, I don't have no license and work with gas or nothing. I don't know why he gave me that idea. But I got to YouTubing. I got to like, okay, gas valve, how to change a gas valve. I started watching a ton of gas valve videos and finally found the furnace that was like the furnace that I have, the Honeywell. And I started watching videos of guys fixing gas valves and such. And I'm like, all right, University of YouTube. I think I just graduated. Appreciate it. Diploma, please. I went to Home Depot, got a few things, some plumber's putty and all that stuff. And I found a company that was willing to sell me the gas valve, because a lot of places won't sell you the gas valve unless you're a contractor, unless you have your license. So they just won't sell it to you. Home Depot, none of the places don't really carry these gas valves. But I finally found one place a few towns over that was willing to sell it to me. But he was like, they wanted $500 for the gas. I'm like, what? Oh, hell no. I guess they taking advantage because I'm not a contractor. They get special pricing. But I looked on Amazon. I'm like, let me see. Amazon will sell you damn near anything. If it ain't illegal, they're going to sell it to you. So I ordered my gas valve off Amazon. It came in. I made a video. I'm like recording it. I'm like, if I die, at least my family got this recording. I'm changing this gas valve, and I died for y'all to change this so we can get our house warmed up, you know, in the line of fire, you know. But I got it done. I did it successfully, and our heat was back working. I was happy. You know, that was an accomplishment for me. I never changed anything to do with gas. I got it done. But this past winter, the pump that pumps the water through the house, that pumps the water for the gas, however it works. But the pump went out, and I didn't know how to change the pump. I didn't even know the pump was the issue. I just know that the furnace was not working. I was changing fuses, trying to see what the issue was, and I had a guy come out, called the guy, and he said it's the pump. And I had to buy a whole new pump. I had to pay him to come out twice, and he changed it out. But that's not a long story short. It's a long story less long. I don't want to have to keep going through that. If I can heat my home, because my family went like a week before the guy came back with the pump. Waited like a week before it finally got fixed. And I don't want to have to go through that again. So I said, you know what? I'm finding an alternative. I don't want my family in the house for a week without heat. You know, we had little space heaters and stuff, you know, making do, but we didn't have our general heat for a whole house. And yeah, nah, we're not going through that again. So I'm like, I'm getting a wood burner stove this year. So as long as I got wood, I can heat the house. We don't ever have to worry about not having access to a professional to come out and do it. You know, come out when he feels like it, come out when he has time, at his leisure, you know, at his beck and call. No. We're not doing that no more. So this year I'm getting a wood burner stove, and I'm just prepping for that. So that's what really spawned this whole me procuring wood and cutting this up. It's just when I found the opportunity to get free wood, I told him, like, give me everything you can get, everything you got. I'll take everything. So I kind of OD'd. I'm a bit extra as far as like personality. I'm a bit extra. So let me get all of it, man. I'll take all of it. We're not about to play games. Let me get all of it. And he said he come and dump it for the free. So that's why we're here. That's how we got here with the wood splitting. Any questions or comments on that one? All right. Yeah, let's get the lights up. All right. What we got? We got a few more pieces. What we cutting? Let's get this big piece right here. Ah. Ah. Now we got several knots on this one. We got a little knot right here. We got a knotted piece right here, big knot, and then we got a half a knot on this one. So what side? Maybe I should cut it from the top. Let's start on this end right here. And it's getting dark. We're gonna finish soon. I don't know. We might make this piece our last piece right here. So I'm over here telling stories. But that's how we got here with cutting all this wood. Last year, I had no idea I was gonna be doing this. So it is what it is. Back to business. Back to business. Okay. Not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. That piece is all knotted up. Yeah. Tomorrow we're going to stack it. I'm going to stack it and put that welded wire fencing around it. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to set this up. Tomorrow I'm going to do it live. We're going to stack that. Hopefully I got that chainsaw up and running. We're going to bust some more of this stuff down with the chainsaw. And we're going to have some more to talk about. Yeah. What we got left? What we got left? Finish the job. You know, somebody was just saying that recently. Finish the job. Finish the job. That's been like a quote, like a chant almost. If y'all know what I'm talking about, put it in the chat. If you know, you know. That's that knotted piece right here. Bust right through it. Bust it down. If it stands, we put another whack on it. Yeah, we got after that one. I think this one still needs another whack. Here we go. This one, yep. If it stands, we getting after it. There we go. What we talking about? Yeah. I'm leaving this mess out here tonight. I'm not cleaning this up tonight. Tomorrow, I'm gonna clean it up and we're gonna stack it nice and neat on that pallet. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna wrap it with the welded wire fence and clasp it, and we're gonna start building our cord. We're gonna start building our cord, and I'm gonna start building them up, and I'm gonna come one of these days. I'm gonna come with the forklift, all right? Because like I said, I drive tractor trailer, and I drive a tractor trailer with the forklift on the back, the big spider machine. So we call it like a Princeton piggyback, or it's also called a Moffett machine. Depends on the type of machine, what color. That they have different brands, but I drive a Princeton piggyback on the back of a long tractor trailer flatbed. So I'll come with the machine one day and come and move all these pallets into the desired position where I want to keep it for a long term as it dries. But I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna stack these cords. I'm gonna stack this tomorrow on the live. I'm done for the day. But yeah, so y'all see, we compared the Fiskars 8-pound maul and the Fiskars, I think this is a 4 or 4.5 pound, the 36-inch Fiskars axe, and they both cut beautifully. They both cut beautifully. And you can see the profile on there. That is the type of profile I want for my splitting axe right there. All right, you're using too much force. Let the tool do the work. Sort of. Those knotty pieces, you gotta put some force to it. You'll be there all night sitting there trying to get out those knotted pieces with not using much force. All right. But yeah, we got that maul, and this is a beautifully tapered piece right here for cutting and splitting. That 8-pound maul, this one works wonders right here. The Fiskars. All right, so we out on this one, on this video. These two work real good. All right, I look forward to what we got to talk about tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna stack this wood tomorrow, and we're gonna see. I'm gonna add some more firewood that I got stacked in the back that I started stacking and cutting when I first got this load of free wood, and we're gonna load up a cord tomorrow. Let's see. I'll see you on the next one, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Backyard Lumberjack, I'm out. I appreciate y'all.